Hey everyone, welcome back to Car Flash at the garage, where badge hype gets tossed out the window, spec sheet worship takes a backseat, and what you get is unfiltered, hands-on road truth. If you're new here, hit that subscribe button and buckle up. We don't deal in corporate brochure poetry, we bring you raw, real reviews that separate the talk from the talk. And today, we're putting the 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee under the microscope. Exterior. Let's not waste time. The Grand Cherokee has always danced on the line between rugged capability and suburban respectability. But does the 2026 model still carry the Jeep DNA? Or has morphed into just another SUV in a sea of sameness? Right off the bat, the 2026 Grand Cherokee greets you with a face that means business. Jeep didn't go radical with the redesign, but it's sharper and more confident than ever. The 7-slot grille is slimmer, now more seamlessly integrated with the front fascia. It's flanked by slimmer LED headlights that give it a modern, aggressive squint, like it's sizing up a mountain pass or a Whole Foods parking lot with the same intensity. The lower bumper gets a fresh sculpted treatment, depending on your trim level. On the trail hook, you're getting aggressive red tow hooks and a more functional skid plate peeking out. On the Overland or Summit trims, it's all about refinement, chrome accents, clean lines, and a luxury SUV vibe that dares BMW and Audi to take it seriously. Swing to the side and you'll notice proportions that still respect the Grand Cherokee lineage: strong shoulders, taut character lines, and just enough ruggedness to remind you this thing can still handle real terrain. The wheel arches are slightly squared off but not cartoonish, housing 18s on the base model and going up to massive 21-inch alloys on the Summit Reserve. The side profile is clean and no fake vents or pointless greases, and the beltline rises just enough to give it stance without compromising visibility. Around the back, the 2026 model keeps things tidy. The tail lights are now slimmer and wrap around into the quarter panels with more finesse. There's a full-width gloss black trim piece connecting them, a Jeep's answer to the modern light bar trend without fully committing to it. The rear bumper is clean, with integrated exhaust outlets that are actually real. Bonus points there. And for those with sharp eyes, yes, the rear hatch still swings wide enough to swallow up a Costco haul without batting an eye. Interior. Step inside, and the transformation is immediate. Jeep has clearly been listening to the luxury crowd, because the cabin on the higher trims is nothing short of impressive. Soft touch materials, real wood and metal trims, stitched leather dashboards. This isn't your uncle's waddly Jeep from the A90s. Even the base Laredo has stepped up, ditching hard plastics in favor of soft, textured panels and updated tech. The centerpiece is the 10.1-inch Uconnect 5 infotainment system, a bright, responsive, and finally catching up to the best in the game. It supports wireless Apple CarPlay and Android Auto, has built-in Amazon Alexa, and Jeep's interface is snappy and logically laid out. Below that, you get capacitive climate controls with just enough tactile feel to keep from being annoying. The instrument cluster is a fully digital 10.25-inch display, customizable and crisp, with multiple themes depending on drive mode or personal preference. Optional on higher trims is the passenger side display, an 11.4-inch screen embedded into the dash, giving shotgun riders access to navigation, media, and even camera feeds without distracting the driver. Gimmicky? Maybe. Cool? Absolutely. Seats are plush and supportive, available in Napa leather or Palermo depending on trim. Front seats are heated and ventilated, and on the Summit Reserve, even massaging. The second row is spacious, and if you opt for the Grand Cherokee L version, you'll get a usable third row too. Cargo space is solid, with nearly 70 cubic feet behind the second row and clever underfloor storage. Now, let's talk performance. The 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee doesn't try to reinvent its powertrains, but it does refine them. The base engine is a 2.0-liter turbocharged inline-4, the same one used in other Stellantis vehicles, putting out 270 horsepower and 295 pounds-to-feet of torque. It's smooth, torquey down low, and surprisingly refined, paired to an 8-speed automatic transmission that shifts confidently whether you're cruising or hammering it. Next up is the beloved 3.6-liter Pentastar V6, making 293 horsepower. It's the same old reliable engine we've come to expect. Not thrilling, but dependable and adequate for daily duty. If you're planning on towing, this is the one you want. It's rated to pull up to 6,200 pounds, not class leading, but more than enough for boats, trailers, or your buddy's broken down Wrangler. Now here's where it gets interesting. The Force plug-in hybrid model returns, and it's better than ever. Combining the 2.0-liter turbo engine with dual electric motors, it pumps out 375 horsepower and a massive 470 pounds-to-feet of torque. That's more than enough to make this SUV feel genuinely quick. A 0-60 in under 6 seconds. It also offers up to 28 miles of all-electric range, meaning for most commutes, you won't even touch the gas engine. Off-road, the instant torque from the electric motors makes crawling over rocks or trails surprisingly easy. And yes, it's still rail-rated. Ride quality across the board is plush but composed. The optional air suspension smooths out road imperfections and gives you adjustable ride height for off-road or highway cruising. Steering is light but predictable, and while this isn't a sports SUV, it feels planted and confident even on winding roads. As for pricing, the 2026 Grand Cherokee starts around $41,000 for the base Laredo and climbs into the high $60,000s for a loaded Summit Reserve. The Force starts around $58,000 but can be eligible for federal incentives depending on your market. The Trailhawk sits in the mid-$50K range and includes everything you'd need for serious off-road excursions: a skid plates, an electronic limited slip differential, and a sway bar disconnect system. Yes, that's a widespread, but it also means there's a Grand Cherokee for everyone, from the mall cruiser to the trail crawler to the eco-conscious commuter. So what's the verdict? The 2026 Jeep Grand Cherokee doesn't try to be the loudest, flashiest SUV on the market, and that's exactly what makes it compelling. It's refined but still rugged, luxurious without being soft, and tech-forward without being a touchscreen circus. Jeep didn't overhaul its formula, it just quietly perfected it. If you're looking for a mid-size SUV that can tow, trail, haul the family, and not bore you to death with soulless design, the Grand Cherokee is still one of the most well-rounded picks out there. And now, with electrified options and luxury leanings, it punches way above its badge weight. That's it for today's deep dive. If you enjoyed this review, don't forget to hit that like button. Subscribe to Car Flash for more no-fluff, no-nonsense car reviews, and drop a comment below. Would you pick the Grand Cherokee over something like a Highlander, Explorer, or even a GV70? Let's talk. This is Car Flash, signing off. Where the spec sheets get tested, the brochure talk gets trashed, and the truth gets driven.